Alright, what's going on, y'all? We are back with another video. Today we are going to talk about the NBA. Feel like it's been a while since I last talked about the NBA. As of this recording, this is Friday morning. I just want to talk about the last couple of days. Primarily the Western Conference games. So the games that I watched these past couple of games. So let's go back to Wednesday night. I watched Phoenix against Utah, and then last night I watched a little bit of Lakers and Miami. I'm not gonna be not fully, sorry, not fully interested in the Lakers until they get back healthy. But this is pretty much an audition for Lakers player. Such as Drummond, THT, KCP, those guys. So they just need to keep things afloat. And then another good Western Conference matchup: Phoenix and Clippers. So let's go back to Wednesday night. Um, as expected, Utah and Phoenix game was great from start to finish. Phoenix ended up having an 11-point lead at halftime. Of course, the Utah Jazz are going to make it a game. And then it was bucket for bucket for the rest of the game. Donovan Mitchell was making bucket for bucket. Devin Booker was mashing them bucket for bucket. Chris Paul was mashing them bucket for bucket. And it was just an overall high-level basketball game. With that being said, my takeaways from this game from both teams is, first off, I would love to see a 7-game series between both these teams. However, let's talk about Utah real quick. My main concern about Utah is obviously they made the most threes, but they also taken the most threes. They shoot. I didn't realize they shoot over 40 threes a game. Like that's a whole bunch of threes. That is the way today's game is going. But that's a whole bunch of threes. But they live and die by three, and then when they not making their threes, they tend to revert back to the old Utah Jazz I'm used to seeing. That's relying too much on Donovan Mitchell to make offense for this squad. This team, the reason why they 39-13 right now is because of the ball movement, how together they play, their chemistry. Kind of reminds me of the 2013-2014 Spurs. On how well they move that ball. But last night, they kind of gave me some concern about how teams gonna play in the playoffs, how teams will go in the playoffs. Now with that being said, this team's having a great regular season. Obviously, they've been the best regular season team, but this last night kind of proves to me that I'm not 100% sold on this Utah team. As good as they've been, I'm not 100% sold on this Utah team. But on the other hand, man, if people were sleeping on Phoenix, people need to wake up on Phoenix. I know they lost to Clippers last night. But this Phoenix team, I believe they are for real. I definitely believe they are a contender in the West. But with that being said, man, the West, in my opinion, I think they got five to six legit teams who can, make the Western Conference Finals. And if the Lakers are not healthy, I think any one of those teams come out the West. There you go. I said it. This seeing Chris Paul, how he operates late down, down the stretch late in the game is beautiful to see. Devin Booker is one of the most clutch players in the league. But with that being said, I would love to see a 7-game series with Utah and Phoenix. But as the standings are right now, they are 1 and 2 seed. They wouldn't be until the Western Conference Finals, and I think that'd be extremely tough for them to make it. They both had to go. They got to see both the LA teams, Denver, Portland, Dallas. Man, this West is going to be, I can't wait for playoff basketball. I think I'm naming the title of this video, Ready for the Playoffs. The Western Conference is going to be insane. Something like that. I'm not thinking of the title, whatever. But I came away impressed with Phoenix even more so than I did with Utah. I still got concerns about DeAndre Ayton and Dario Saric at that 5 spot. I think that's one position they can upgrade at is the backup 5, because I do got my concern about DeAndre Jordan defensively, and sometimes he's too passive on offense. Like he's got too much physical talent, too much physical tools to be that passive on offense. But he had been. Sorry, I don't know why my throat did that. Sorry about that, but like I was saying, DeAndre Jordan has been more aggressive lately, and that's good for Phoenix team. I do think he's a wild card to Phoenix alongside players like Mikal Bridges. Jay Crowder experience gonna be huge for them in the playoffs, but I think the biggest wild card of the Phoenix team is DeAndre Ayton. Um, you know what? I can talk about it. Lakers Miami game from what I've seen. Miami is beginning, to get back healthy. Also prayers for Joe Deep. I hope it's nothing serious, man. You hate to see that. But this Miami team is rounding back into form. They getting more healthy at the right time. This is the critical stretch for everybody to get healthy, get their reps in together before, playoff basketball. And then LA, man, I do got concerned about the health of the team. It was a good sight to see Jordan back on the court tonight as he get acclimated with the Lakers squad. Once they two stars come back, he's gonna be a very good piece for them. Nice fitness in them too. But Lakers need to just stay afloat. They want to avoid that playing game at all costs. Although I know if they healthy, it don't matter what seed they are. I know they very confident they can win it in the building. So as long as they healthy, it don't matter what seed. Long as they can stay within that top 6 seed, I don't think they really care what seed they are. But another thing I want to talk about, let's talk about this Clippers and Phoenix game last night. Man, every time I watch both teams play, these games are very chippy. It's good to see. You can tell this is a playoff type basketball game for both teams, and this will also be that thing matchup right now and how things are in the standings right now. These two teams would meet in the second round, and I would love to see that. Honestly, I'd love to see both these teams meet up in the second round. It'd be a chippy, fun series, man. But I see the addition of Rondo really help out the Clippers right now. He set things. He organized the offense. He orchestrated the offense. He set things in motion. He get on Kawhi and PG in their spots, and he get them doing what they do best, and that's scoring the basketball instead of trying to worry about playmaking for others. So I think that addition of Rondo is critical and will be critical for this Clippers team. This team is as healthy as they've been, since the start of the All-Star break. The only player they miss is Ibaka, but he should be back pretty soon. So it's good to see this Clippers team fully healthy and getting their reps in before playoff basketball and making that run and playing good basketball before playoff basketball. So overall, it was a fun game. The Clippers, they continue to go on their radar, and I think this is what this team really needs. They don't need all the spotlight. I think they just need to stay low, continue to play very good basketball, stay on their radar. And I think this team is a very, very sneaky team in the playoffs. Let's talk about the other game I watched. Portland Trailblazers, sorry, and the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz rebounded from last night. Tough game. That messes, about the concerns they had about this Utah team. They so why they the number one team. They had the best record in the league right now. Came back and they really blew up the Portland Trailblazers. Man, I'm got concerned about this Portland team, mainly on the defensive side, because I don't know if it's just me, but I am so disappointed with this team defensively. I have major concerns about this Portland team on the defense end on the defensive man because they don't guard nobody, man. I know they backcourt is very small, but I thought the additions of Robert Covington, Derrick Jones will really help them defensively, and Nurkic, not really the best of defensive bigs. So I don't know where they're gonna get stops. And then, like I said a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, sorry, is I get the move that Norman Powell is the better player, the more the better player right now, the more ready playoff player right now than Gary Trent. But I really think they're gonna miss Gary Trent. I still don't understand that signing. As good of a season Norman Powell is having this, I'm still confused by that. However, on the offensive side of things, that's not the concern because they got a lot of weapons on the end of the floor. Dame, CJ, you got Norman Powell, Carmelo, Nuggets it down a low post, so they find on the offensive end side, on the offensive side of things, but on the defensive end, man, where they gonna get stops at, and they continue to be bad defensively. And I have major concerns about this team. If they gonna make any type of deep run in the playoffs, they gotta, step it up on the defensive end of the floor, man. But it's not looking pretty right now, and I'm losing more confidence in this team making a deep run in the playoffs. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that for the remainder of the season and see how they ramp things up, how they what's the word I'm looking for? How they improve on the defense end of things. So it's gonna be interesting to see. So before I end this video, I'm looking at the look as this is on the screen right now. I'm looking at the top 8 seeds in the Western Conference. Look at this matchup right now. I think saying this is my predictions. Who I think the 18 that will be in the playoffs. The way the standings are right now, these are my 8 teams. Not in this order, but pretty much the one seed Utah Jazz. I think they're gonna stay at the 1 spot. Phoenix at the 2 spot is Denver Clippers, and Denver is gonna be very 2-4 gonna be an interesting race, I believe. So you got Phoenix, Clippers, Nuggets, Lakers and Portland. Sorry, and Dallas at the 7th spot. That's gonna be interesting. 5-7 as well, because I do think if the Lakers continue to lose games, and whenever AD or LeBron come back, I'm gonna see where they at when them two come back. But Dallas only 2.5 games behind LA, and Dallas been streaking. They really been streaking, winning, I believe, 7 out of their last 9 games. Portland's only a game and a half behind the Lakers, so it's gonna be interesting racing. But at that 8 spot right now, I am very, very excited to see the Memphis Grizzlies at that 8 spot. The way they've been staying afloat, while Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja Morant missed time. It was just, this team really been playing very good basketball, and they begin to get more healthy. Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be returning in this month, so that's what I'm psyched to see. And I just love the way this Memphis team play, man. They a gritty team, they play tough, and I do believe they're going to stay in that 8 spot. And I do expect Dallas and Memphis, as of right now, win those playing games. And you guys can't see the 9-10 spots, but the 9-10 seeds are the San Antonio Spurs, who have really been sliding this past couple of weeks, losing 9 out of their last 11 games. So they've been sliding very quickly. Golden State without Steph is not good at all. Steph is having a tremendous season, but his team is not giving much help. And I don't like the criticism that Steph been receiving. He's been having an incredible season. He's been doing everything he can, and I don't know what more the man can do. You can't play no better than he's been playing. So I'm not going to criticize Steph, because his on and off numbers if you see the on and off numbers when Steph is on the court and when he's off the court, it's ridiculous. And then the 11th seed, the Pelicans, man. Talk about this the other day. This team, the way they build around Zion and Brandon Ingram is not good. They need to be better constructed around them too. As of right now, I would trade everybody besides. I'll keep these 4 guys right now on the team, and I would try to trade everybody else. I would keep Zion, of course. Brandon Ingram, you build around them too. I keep Lonzo Ball at the point, because him and Zion got very good chemistry. And then you keep Josh Hart, excellent glue guy, excellent role player. I definitely keep him. He can space the floor. This overall good role player to have your team. Find a way. I love Steven Adams, but he's not the best fit next to Zion on that contract. You gotta try to trade him for like a Miles Turner type of player, a rim protecting 5 who can stretch the floor. I think that's perfect next to Zion. And then Eric Bledsoe, man, they got to try to trade him for somebody else who's more like a 3-and-D type of player at that 2 spot. So overall, this Pelicans team is not a very good team right now, especially defensively. That showcase they had against Brooklyn, man, on the defensive side, it was horrible. But on the other hand, Brooklyn, man, this team is very scary on the offensive, man. That game versus the Pelicans was a beautiful sight to see on the offensive side of things for Brooklyn. So that team's gonna be very scary right now, and I got a video, for them later on this weekend. But I think I'm gonna end things here. Like I said, I am right now. I'm so ready for the playoffs. Like, especially games like last night and Wednesday night made me so. I'm so ready for the playoffs. So let me know in the comments as how you guys feel about both these games. Last thing, I'm gonna talk about Denver along with Brooklyn this weekend as well. So that team was a very, very scary team in the West. So look out for that video this weekend. But with that being said, guys, let me know in the comments who are your sleeper teams in the West, who are your favorite teams in the West, and name me your top contenders in the West and your top contenders overall. So, but like I said, let me know in the comments. With that being said, hope you guys saw the video. And I'll catch y'all later, man. Peace out.